Good morning. Welcome to another vlog. I haven't vlogged in a couple of days. I haven't really been having a good time recently. And I've said this before, like I don't want to come on here with you guys like noticing my attitude because that's just like bad and sad and just not me. So, yeah, I'm back now. I'm doing a lot better. It is like 5:20 a.m. right now. Beebs just left for work a few minutes ago, and he is actually working overtime today. It's a mandatory overtime day today, so he will be there until around noon. He should be home at like 12:45, 1. So I'll be expecting him home around then. But yeah, the plan until he gets home is to just relax and take care of myself. I don't want to do too much and stress myself out. Something I'm trying to work on this year um, is to not stress myself out over things that I can't control in the moment and to only focus on what I can control. So that's a goal of mine. But I have been trying to stay organized and keep the apartment clean and cozy because I notice I feel better and not as depressed if the apartment is organized and clean. So that's one thing. Another thing is today I am 18 days vape free. I never thought I would be able to say that. I'm so proud of myself for quitting, and the amount of like pride I have in that is insane. I never thought I would be able to put it down. It's a horrible addiction, and it's just insane to me that I was able to quit. I feel so much better, and I'm improving with how I feel every single day. My heart rate has been amazing lately, which is very, very new for me. My heart rate used to be like 95, 100 beats per minute resting. If you guys don't know, I have a rhythm disorder. It's called long QT syndrome, and that's why I have my pacemaker. So, like I said, 95 to 100 beats per minute resting, typically for me. And lately, it has been 60 to 65 resting, which is absolutely amazing. Perfect resting heart rate. And literally last night, Beebs checked it, and it was 60 beats per minute. So, that's amazing, and I'm super, super, super glad that things are looking up for my heart. At least I hope so. I feel better. I can breathe better. I haven't noticed like irregular heartbeats or super fast heartbeats, which is amazing. But I have been kind of like, whenever I feel like a weird symptom, it doesn't necessarily have to be my heart, and most of the time it's not. Whenever I feel weird, I start to freak myself out thinking that it is my heart. Like last night, we were watching The Walking Dead, and we were just sitting on the couch, and I started to feel kind of weird. Maybe it was just in my head, and I immediately thought it was my heart. So Beebs does what he always does, and he put his watch on my wrist and checked my heart rate, and it was only 60 beats per minute. So I freaked myself out over nothing. But anyway, moral of the story, I've been feeling so much better, and I'm so happy that I finally got away from the vape. Now, I did use like essential oil diffuser pens to help me quit. My dad was actually telling me when I first mentioned that I'm gonna quit for real this time, he was telling me that his grandma, so my great grandma, smoked for 40 years cigarettes, like smoked every day, like probably a pack a day. And one day she woke up and she was tired of it, and she put him down and never touched him again. And he said some people can quit cold turkey, others can't. And I made it clear with my dad, I was like, well, I don't think I'm the type of person that can quit cold turkey. So Next time I saw my dad after that, I told him that I was on the essential oil pens, and even from the minute I got those pens, I made a promise to myself that I would be done once those pens ran out. And I kept that promise to myself, and I'm literally so happy about it. Like, I'm not being dramatic when I say getting rid of the vape was the best decision I've ever made. Not only for my heart, but for myself in general. Like, why should I have to rely on a vape to be happy? Like, no one should have to do that. So, on another note, I turn 26 in April 9th. And that being said, I will be kicked off of my dad's health insurance. By law, I have to have my own health insurance when I turn 26. So, the reason I mention that is because yesterday we went to pick up a few of the medications that I needed filled. We went to get them filled because I tried calling the pharmacy and I couldn't get a hold of anybody. So I went in and I spoke to the pharmacist himself and I told him what medications I needed. Basically, he was able to fill the only one that I was actually out of at the current moment, which was one of my heart medications, and then he filled my birth control. So we got those two. And then the other three, so one of them was my mood stabilizer, the Lamictal. I need a refill request for my primary care, so that's being requested. Another one was a heart medication that they have to request from my cardiologist. And then the other one, I believe, was also needed a refill. Um, and they said there'd be a pretty large copay on it. So I said, do you know like how much that would be? And if you want to know, the medication is Farxiga. It was originally created for diabetics, but it also has been proven to treat heart conditions. Anyway, I asked him what the price would be roughly, and he said $900. When I tell you my jaw dropped, I was like, $900 for one bottle of medication? I would literally not be able to live a normal life if I had to pay that every month. So basically, we told him that we would wait on that one because we don't have $900 to just pay for a bottle of pills. So, luckily, Beebs had experience when his mom was going through cancer treatments. There's a website for certain medications like Farxiga that his mom used for her medications, and it's basically a coupon that you take in and you scan every time you fill the medication, and it brings it down to almost zero. Um, so there's one of those on Farxiga's website. So I'm going to go fill that out today, and then hopefully once I do that, I will be able to get the prescription I need. Last night when I refilled my day and night containers, I obviously put the pills we got in there, so I'm good on all the pills I need for right now. But I checked the Farxiga, the bottle I have currently, and I probably have like over 2 weeks of pills left. So I've got time to figure it out, but I'd rather figure it out sooner than later because I don't want to be scrambling when I have 2 pills left for a medication that I really, really need. So yeah, that absolutely blew me away. Medication is expensive, and it's literally a law that you have to have health insurance. Like my dad was telling me that when you pay your taxes, that's a question they ask you. Like when you file your taxes, they ask you, like, do you have health insurance? What's the policy number? Who is it under? So, yeah, I'd rather figure it out now than be a week before my birthday scrambling, trying to figure out health insurance and how I'm going to pay for my medications. So, all of that being said, I have to call the hospital and try to talk to my cardiologist's office. Sometimes I'm on hold forever and I get impatient and hang up, but I have to call and try to talk to somebody in his office and see if they can put in a refill for the 2 heart medications that I need that I have left. So I have to do that at some point today, but the hospital, I believe they don't open until 8. So I need to set a reminder to do that once they open. And then I also have to call the clinic and schedule just a regular follow up appointment with my primary care doctor. And then also, I talked to my dad last night on the topic of health insurance again, and he said that Nicole can help me apply for Medicaid. Nicole's really educated on that kind of stuff because the reason I called him was to ask him and Nicole what they recommend as far as health insurance. If you guys don't know, when I had my heart attack, I was living with my dad. I moved from my previous living situation with my ex partner in Idaho to Utah, and I moved in with my dad and Nicole. And I lived there for like a little over a month, not even joking. And I was at work and I had a heart attack. So my dad and Nicole have been with me through this whole new health journey that I'm experiencing. And that's why I called them to get their input because they've been with me and they know kind of what it's about. And they're obviously helping me learn and adjust along the way. So they recommended Medicaid, and like I said, Nicole is going to help me do that, but she hasn't been feeling good, so we're going to wait until she's feeling better and then head over to their house and she's going to help me. So anyway, enough of the rambling. That was kind of my little spill that I had to get out. I'm kind of bitter that Beebs is working overtime. Obviously, I only get weekends like all day with him. But like I said in the beginning, today is a mandatory overtime day, and that's because he is secondary on call, so he has to be there today. Which he hasn't got called in yet. He's been on call so far, like every day this week, and he's on call until Monday. He hasn't got called in because it hasn't been cold enough to snow, neither here or where he works. Um, so he hasn't really gotten called in, but there's always that chance. So, like I said, it is mandatory, and that's why he's there today. But I have my own feelings. Obviously, I'm not going to stop him from something that's required, and I'm not going to try to control like what he does with work. Like that's his life, and I'm not going to like control that, but I am a little bit bitter. I wish he was home and we could actually like enjoy the weekend and do something. Obviously, we have tomorrow, but one day really isn't enough. So, I wanted to kind of elaborate on why I haven't filmed in a couple of days. So, the other morning, it was New Year's Day actually. Um, I started a vlog and it was super cute. Like Beebs and I went out to breakfast. I vlogged the whole thing. We went and ran a couple of errands, and I had maybe 7 minutes of footage after filming for like 2 hours, and I accidentally stopped the video. Um, I've said before that I don't have an editing software on this phone, so it's literally impossible for me to just start a new one and then add them together. And I got really frustrated, super frustrated, and I just kind of gave up that day. Like I was like, fuck the video, I'm not even gonna film it. And then after that, I was frustrated because my phone has barely any storage, and I've always been weird about storage. That's why I ended up getting my 12 Pro Max that I had before this phone, was because I wanted more storage. Um, and even I filled up the 256 gigabyte like that. Like I filled it up fast. And I'm the type of person that I like to have and store certain things in my camera roll. Like I know like videos like this I'll have on YouTube to look back on, but I'm the type of bitch where I like having shit in my phone, like not just on YouTube, like in my camera. So I got frustrated about the storage and I was tired of it. I was like, I can't keep any of my videos on this phone. Like, I'm tired of it. And I was upset about that until literally like last night. So, yeah, I finally over it. I just decided, you know what? I'm lucky I have a phone. A lot of people don't get that blessing of a phone and communication and social media and all of that stuff, that privilege, I should say. So, I'm over it now. I'm just going to use what I have and be thankful for it. And this phone is amazing. I'm grateful to have it. The only thing that bothers me is there's no storage. So that's kind of an explanation as to why I've been gone for a couple of days. I was just frustrated and overwhelmed, and hopefully one day I will get a phone with more storage, but right now it's not on the top of my list to do. Literally 16 minutes of footage, and I'm just sitting here in bed rambling. So I figured while I'm up talking to myself, I might as well get up and take my pills because I know my ass is going to fall asleep again and wake up at noon and realize I still haven't taken them. So, speaking of pills, you guys saw the SpongeBob popcorn bucket that we got when we went to see the new movie. I started using it for my pills because before they were in a gallon baggie and it just wasn't working. So I put all of them in that bucket. Not only is it cute, but it's convenient. Also, update, you guys saw in a vlog that I repurposed leftover wax that wouldn't burn in our giant candle that we got from Sam's Club. And I just put it in a Tupperware and I've been slowly burning it in our wax warmer. So I think I'm a genius for that idea. You guys can let me know if you think otherwise, but it's been making the house smell good and we don't have to spend money on more wax when we have probably like $15 worth of wax. Okay, like I was saying, pill time. Now I put a star on this one because I had 2 left and like I said, I refilled them last night. So I only refilled these 5. But the thing is, my birth control has to be in order. So that being said, since I left off here, I have to take this one first and then continue from Sunday. So that's just how I work. And it is very important that I take my birth control in order. I mentioned this before, but with my mood stabilizer, my birth control effectiveness went from like 98% to like 45%. So not only do I have to be careful, but I have to make sure that I'm taking it as I should. So I've got Fridays open. I have 6 pills a day and then 2 a night. So I'm going to take these. Don't forget to hydrate. I like to try to hydrate first thing in the morning. Okay, took my pills. I always feel better if I just get them out of the way first thing when I wake up. Even if I do end up falling back asleep, at least I know they're in my system. And it's only 5:39. You guys might think I'm ridiculous, but I am getting pretty hungry. So I don't know what I'm gonna eat, but I'm sure I'll find something. Speaking of food, the other day I made chicken noodle soup without the chicken. I know that's weird, but I'm not a fan of chicken. So we have a lot of it left over. The recipe's super easy, but yeah, I made that the other day. And then last night we just had panda, so we didn't really cook, but I'm hungry. So this is going to become an issue if I don't figure it out. This toaster, the only complaint I have is it burns the toast super fast. So I literally stand right by it the whole time. Today I'm just gonna have buttered toast. I would have like jam, but I'm not really in the mood for sweet right now. So I'm just going to do this for today. And while that's doing its thing, I'm going to have some water. I'm also going to make a breakfast essentials just to get some substance in my body along with the toast. Breakfast essentials are like childhood for me. My mom used to make them for me and my sister before school, and we have a whole package of them, which I put in a gallon baggie. I usually do 2 in a bigger glass of milk, so I'm gonna do that as well. I'm not gonna do it until the toast is done because if I burn it and I can't eat it, I will have a breakdown. At least I'm honest. Just like that, I have breakfast. And I'm gonna enjoy this in the bedroom where it's cozy. Plus, I don't want the dogs begging the whole time. They like to do that. First bite. Mm. Okay, so I'm finished eating. I'm pretty satisfied for right now. I find that I feel better if I eat directly after I take my pills, or even better before. So, yeah, pretty satisfied. I don't think I'm gonna have any more toast right now. I might have some more later or make something else, but for now, I'm just gonna finish my breakfast essentials. It's always after I eat that I crave the vape. I don't know why. I do have mint gum beside the bed just in case, but I feel like gum is just a little bit too much right now. After all, it is only 6 a.m. So I'm back under the blankets. I'm gonna relax, and if I fall asleep, then great. And if not, I'll just chill until I'm ready to get up. It is so cold in here in the morning. I don't know what the problem is. Usually I wake up hot, but today I'm colder than normal, so I might turn up the heat. But also, what's the point if I could just bundle up in jackets or under the blankets? I think in most of the vlogs I've filmed thus far, almost every single one, I've had the balcony door open trying to cool off, but today it's the opposite. I was literally up before the world woke up, quite literally, because Beeps usually leaves at 5 and he's up by 4, and typically I'm the one that wakes up to his alarm the first 5 times, not him. I'm sorry to call him out, but it's the truth. So now, just barely, the world is starting to wake up. I can hear traffic starting to pick up outside. So I really hate that for me. I've never been a morning person. I'm a night owl. I'm an insomniac from hell. I get it from my mother. Usually I'm up most of the night, and then when I finally fall asleep, I sleep until maybe 1 or 2 p.m., which is fucking horrible. So, another thing I wanted to mention, if you guys have any good YouTubers that you like to watch, comforting, like YouTubers that you listen to in the background or watch every day, let me know, because I'm getting tired of the same 5 YouTubers every day. And they're YouTubers that I've seen every single one of their videos, might I add. And most of the YouTubers that I watch like regularly don't really upload anymore. So there's not really new content coming out all the time, and I'm getting tired of watching all their old videos over and over again. So like I said, if you have YouTubers that you love, leave them down below. But I think I'm going to end this vlog. Sorry, it was mostly just chatting, but there's nothing really other than that to do at 5:40 in the morning. So I'm gonna rest and maybe go back to sleep for a few hours. But I just wanted to talk to you guys, give you a little update after a couple of days. I hope you're enjoying the vlog chronicles. I enjoy filming vlogs, so sorry, not sorry. But like I always say, don't forget to always express what you're thankful for, drink your water, take your meds, and if your posture's bad, fix it. And until next time, I will see you guys soon. Bye. Mwah.